Do you want to order your parts in a different material? Nothing is easier. 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 Nothing is easier.
Hi, my name is... Hi. I hope you can hear me. The reason I'm a little bit late is because I appear to be having technical issues before I've even started. Please, somebody tell me you can hear me. Can you hear me? Hello? Yeah, you can hear me. Thank goodness for that. How's everyone doing this evening? Right, for those of you who are wondering, one question go. What is it? What does it mean? Do you care? Do you want to participate? Because if you don't, this is going to be an awfully short live stream. So basically, one question go is you join the Discord server and you join a queue. The queue will be moderated, everybody will be muted, and when it's your turn, you can ask me one question, and then you'll be immediately muted, and I will answer that question as best I can. Hopefully. That's the theory anyway. Whether it'll work out like that or not, I have no idea. But, you know, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen? We will be doing the lurk register as usual this evening, so look out if you're sitting silently on the sidelines. I'm not sure I like wearing headphones. I don't actually need them until we do the one question go, but hey ho, it is what it is. So, who do we have? Mark, good evening sir. Captain Quinn, how are you? Crafty Keeler, James, Adrian Fisher, Sean Fountain. Pronounced that to you as well, Sean. X-Penguin 95, how are you, pal? Tigerbread 78. Somebody's saying more Barney videos, damn it. I have got zero chance of reading that name out. But I love making videos about Barney, but there's a very good reason why I've not been making them at the moment. Because Barney only puts the first minute and a half to 2 minutes of his videos on YouTube now, and the rest of them are on his website, which you have to pay to become a member of. No chance. Not happening. Not now. Not ever. Good evening, Dan Hetfield. How are you, pal? Ryan who? Ryan Reynolds? Not Ryan Reynolds as in Deadpool. Surely not. Surely not. In fact, definitely not. It's funny how once the live stream starts, it jumps up from about 15, 16 viewers to, what are we on now? 162. And interestingly enough, only 47 likes. It's not very good, is it? Not very good at all. So, Friday's video, what did you think of that format? And be honest, because I was really unsure about it. I can call you John, okay? John it is. It was something, I just felt like doing something a little bit different. Hence the going through an article rather than reacting to a video. But I kind of felt when I watched it back myself that it was a little bit, I don't want to use the word boring, but it didn't seem to flow as well as my other videos. Because they're all absolutely perfect, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. What did you think? And be honest. Was okay for me, bit slow, but okay, says Die Laughing. Yeah, that's how I felt about it, Die. It was alright, but it wasn't... If I was watching that as a viewer, and maybe this is a bit of a controversial thing to say, but I'm not sure I would have stuck all the way through it. I don't know. It's not the kind of video I would choose to watch. Rib Tickler found it a bit boring. Thanks for the honesty, mate. And that's what I wanted. That's why I asked the question. Because like I've said to you all before, even though, you know, I want to make videos for the people who subscribe and support the channel, from time to time, I'm gonna try different things, but it's pointless if nobody likes it. Somebody just asked me, is the beard a tribute to Sean Connery? No, it's not. The beard is shaved like this because I had this done on Friday, and I didn't want to shave my whole beard off, so I thought it would be funny to do the old mutton chops. But I gotta be honest, and don't tell Mrs. Blinder, they're starting to grow on me a bit. I'm quite liking it. Oh, damn, she's watching. Hi, love. Love you. So, yeah, it's not a tribute to Sean Connery. It's to avoid shaving my whole beard off for the new tattoo. Tidy. There we are. Mrs. Blinder says, I don't think so. Well, we shall have to see. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. So, yeah, so for those who weren't here right at the beginning of the stream, for those of you who weren't here at the beginning of the live stream, this is the very first one question go. It's just something I thought I would try. I'll be honest with you, I saw a really big YouTuber who he's got a series called One Question Go, but he doesn't do it live. He does it pre-recorded. So he basically opens up his Discord server, lets people ask him one question, and yeah, I just thought it was a really cool idea because I've done, I don't know, would you call them subscriber call-ins before? But I kind of, because I could talk a glass eye to sleep, I get a bit carried away in conversations, and I was speaking to the same people for too much time, so it became more of a podcast situation than what I wanted it to be. Tango 2806, how are you, sir? Please don't give up on Friday's format. I think it had real potential. No, it's like I say, it's something I will do again because I didn't think it was terrible, but I just didn't like it as much as some of my other videos, if that makes sense. So, who's going to jump into the... Oh, we got a couple of people in there now. The legend that is Bacon Earth is cracking the whip, keeping everyone under control. No, like I say, it's just meant to be a bit of fun. You can ask me literally anything you want to, and I promise I will answer honestly. Unless, of course, I don't want to. Then you'll just have to take whatever answer you're given. But two things are out of bounds. One, my real name. Mind your beeswax. And two, where I live. Because you're not coming round for tea or dinner if you're posh and have dinner in the evening instead of in the middle of the day like normal Welsh people. So you can ask me anything except my real name and where I live. Obviously, if a lot of people end up jumping on and doing the old one question go, then I won't be keeping an eye on the side chat as much as I usually do. But I will try. I will try to get it. Try to get it done. Die Laughing, you can just load Discord up in Internet Explorer or Chrome or whatever Explorer you use. And just log in and do it there. I've got to keep it all in one place. So, yes, sorry, mate. The whole idea is to get people to come on, ask the question, and then wait. Oh, there we are. But Bacon Earth has just jumped in and rescued the entire live stream by saying that. So if anybody wants to ask a question... See, the trouble is if I take questions from the side chat, then it's no different to every other live stream I've ever done. So... Bunny Killer is in the One Question Go room now. So if Bacon Earth would like to unmute himself so that we can make sure that the good people of the side chat can hear what's coming in from Discord, then winner, winner, chicken dinner. Are you there, Mr. Earth? My mate Bacon? So, you know, this is definitely not a good sign because I can't hear nothing. Right, okay. Let's check the input. Is that one there? No, it's not. It's that one there. Output is that one there. Let's check. Yeah, I can hear myself. So I don't know why I can't hear Bacon Earth. Bacon Earth, I cannot hear you. Not me, you're absolutely right. This is the part of the live stream where everything falls apart just as lots of people have joined it. What's going on then? Let's have a look. I've never been one to shy away from a challenge. So let's see now. Yeah, it shouldn't make any difference. Dip, 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 dip. Oh, this is going well, isn't it? Yeah, right, cool. Why? Now then. 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 What's going on here? Bacon Earth, are you in the Discord server? I'm desperately trying to get some levels. Ah! What a idiot. Let's try that now then.
Hello, sir. How you doing?
Ah, that's bad. I was really starting to panic then. I'm hoping the side chat can hear me and they can hear you. I think they can hear me because I can see my mic meter jumping up and down, but hopefully they can hear you as well.
They can indeed. You're coming through on Discord and YouTube.
Whew! That was a close call. You can tell that I don't need any help doing this. Obviously, I'm such an expert that I didn't realise that to be able to hear the people in the One Question Go room on Discord, I've got to actually join the One Question Go room in Discord myself. Perfect. What a good start. Anyway, Bacon, should we let the first one through so that the audience can see exactly what this is supposed to be about?
Indeed. First up, we have Bunny Killer.
Bunny Killer, you there? Are you unmuted?
Bunny Killer, you just need to unmute your own mic now.
Okay. This is going well.
Okay, well, while we're waiting, there was a question from the chat from Warren Evans.
Okay.
And it was, do you think euthanasia should be made legal in the UK?
Oh, God, there's a question. Oh, I don't even know if I want to answer that. I'm assuming that we mean euthanasia directed towards human beings.
Yes.
What a bloody question. Jesus. It's possibly in certain circumstances. And if the person in question has opted in, maybe. So yes and no. Yes in some circumstances, no in others. That was not a nice question to answer, but unless, of course, we were talking specifically about flat earthers, then it would obviously be a yes with an immediate answer.
I think it was more a case of like certain countries in Europe where if you have come to the end of your treatments and stuff, where you're allowed to take that option.
Yeah. That is a really tricky question, that is, because I've actually got a close family member at the minute who's got terminal cancer, and you know, I don't know what her choice would be if she was given it, but I don't know. I really don't know. I think the answer I've given is the answer I'm sticking with, possibly in some circumstances, but only if the person has opted in. Circumstances.
I'm unmuted now.
Okay, Bunny Killer, just mute your stream so that the audio doesn't come through, and then ask your question.
I was wondering what all the
Got one question.
yeah, we've still got a feedback loop, Bunny Killer. Have you pressed mute on the feed on the light? So you're watching this on YouTube. You need to
One question is, what is this thing between the red and blue? What's the significance of red and blue?
In what context?
I'm seeing a lot of stuff on YouTube of just red and blue. I'm seeing a lot of stuff on YouTube.
I've not seen it myself, so I can't answer that because I don't know what the red and blue refers to.
Okay, no problem.
Sorry, dude.
Sorry to ask. That's all I need to know.
No problem.
Okay, up next we have Ivy Gantry.
Okie dokie. Good evening, Ivy Gantry. Go on then. One question, go.
Okay, so my question is, how proud are you of Lord Callum? Because you have raised one awesome kid. Have you seen his videos?
Of course I've seen them. I'm as proud of Callum as I am of all of my sons. I'm very, very fortunate. I'd like to think it's because I've raised them right, but all my sons are very, very well-mannered. They are pleasant to strangers. They know... Callum lets it slip a little bit, but they know when to keep it clean as far as bad language goes, and they know who they need to respect. So... thank you very much. I'm surprised Lord Callum isn't watching this, but he's a good lad. 100%.
I think you and Mrs. Blinder absolutely deserve a prize. I think he's awesome.
What, for putting up with him?
Well, yeah, for putting up with him, but for having someone that's grown up to be such an outgoing person that can say, oh, look at this shit. Just...
Yeah. No,
yeah.
he's a good boy.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have cussed on the stream.
No, it's fine. He's a good boy, and they all are, so thank you very much.
Okay, bye-bye.
Take care, bye. Before we let the next one in, Bacon, so just for everybody who's watching, that's the kind of thing we're looking for. Just one straightforward question, ask me, and I will answer it as honestly as I possibly can. Unless, of course, I don't want to, as I said earlier. So, yeah, so who's next?
Next up, we have Voodoo Inquisitor. Voodoo, if you unmute your mic, you'll be able to ask Creaky.
I'd like to know how YouTube has changed you as a person.
Another really good question. Not one iota. I am pretty much this annoying in real life. I'm not sure if Mrs. Blinder is still in the side chat, but I'm sure she will back you up. I am basically a 48-year-old child, and I have absolutely no intention of changing it anytime soon. So, yeah. So I personally don't think it's changed me in any way, shape, or form, but maybe other people that know me will be of a different opinion. Mrs. Blinder's in the side chat. Mrs. Blinder has been a YouTuber, changed me. I don't think it has. I've always been this annoying, always been this sarcastic, and always had this large of a mouth. So, yeah, I don't think it's changed me at all. Voodoo Inquisitor, thank you very much for the question. That was a good question.
Okay, before Christopher Shapley, I've got one of my own.
Go ahead.
So you and Mrs. B are walking down a beach and you find a genie's lamp.
Yeah.
And unlike every other time you get a wish where it can be for yourself, this one has to be for all of humanity.
Right.
What would you wish for?
I'm not going to go down the usual route of world peace and all that nonsense, but because it's got to be world specific, excluding flat earthers because they don't deserve anything good to happen to them. I would just want everybody in the world to be financially comfortable, and whether that, I know that there isn't a gigantic pot of money so everybody in the world could be given an equal share. What I mean is that just a complete reset and nobody had to worry about paying their bills or paying for somewhere to live, paying for food. We all know how bad it can get. So yeah, that's what I would wish for if it couldn't be for me. But it would be for me because I'm part of the world I was wishing that upon. So it's a win-win.
That works. All right, so up next we have your favorite veterinarian, Mr. Shapley.
Christopher Shapley,
Hello.
DVM CVA. How are you, sir?
Hey, Creaky. Well, still covered in the stuff I told you I was covered in before, but I had to call in before, cleaning myself off. So
I've got this picture in my head now that I never thought I was going to have.
It's a picture I don't want to have in my head either.
Yeah.
So.
Please tell me you've at
I
least
probably
left
have
your tools
the most
behind.
riveting and thought-provoking question so far.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
So, favorite Star Wars movie and why? The two-parter, sorry about that, but...
Right. Favorite Star Wars movie is Return of the Jedi. Always has been since I was a child. It was my favorite when there were only the three choices. And why? I think it's because that was when Luke was kind of actually able to use his Jedi. He was actually a Jedi.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That's my second favorite. My personal favorite is Empire Strikes Back. And the reason will not surprise you. It's because it's the first time we saw Boba Fett on film.
Yeah. It was,
we all know how much of a Boba Fett fan I am.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Creaky. I'll let the next person get on.
Yeah. Go and wash your hands and anywhere else that requires washing.
All right. Thank you.
Take care,
Bye-bye.
dude. Speak soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
I know where Chris Shapley's been and what he's been doing and the state he's currently in. So for anybody who wasn't in on that, I apologize, but Chris and I are. So, ooh, super chat. Thank you. $5 super chat from Voodoo Inquisitor. Thank you for answering the questions. It's good to see the person behind the videos. Thank you for asking the questions because this would have been a very short live stream without them. Bacon, I'm ready for the next one whenever you are, pal.
All right, so next we have Digital Demonic Davros.
Evening, sir. How are
Hello,
you?
Mr. Creaky. Well, it's 6:30 in the morning here, mate.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You live in the future, don't you? I always forget.
I live in the colonies, mate, right?
Go on then, one question and go for it.
All right, it's the question I've asked for a couple of weeks. Can you tell me why conspiracy cats will not debate me on my second point?
What is your second point? More importantly,
you
what
don't
was
ask me a question?
What was your first point? I can't answer the question without all the information, Demonic Davros.
But hang on. You've just flat earthed me here.
Yeah,
See?
I know.
I've given you the unanswerable question.
Is that what it is? Is that why I failed so miserably?
Yeah.
I will have to confer with my agree to disagree colleague and get back to you at a later date.
Just to bring you back, you remember? I'm not sure if it was two. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, where the bloke who was being the twat. Yeah. Sorry to put it like that. He kept going. That was my first point, and now my second point. But you haven't addressed my first point.
Damn!
Him?
I wish I had a better memory. I know exactly what you mean now. Well, can I re-ask your question?
So why won't conspiracy cats debate me on my second point?
Because you can't use the same point to answer every single argument that's thrown at you, no matter how good you seem to think it is.
Well, aren't you a clever clogs then?
Well, I do try. Just ask Mrs. Blinder. She always says I'm trying. I always thought it was a compliment, but clearly not.
What's your next name going to be? Bev Try Thinking?
Yeah. Right, thank you, pal.
No worries. Been a pleasure, mate.
Take care, dude. Bye.
Okay, so we've got a question from Day Laughing, and his question might be one you want to think about too, is should the death penalty be reinstated for convicted paedophiles?
Yes. Yes.
There you go, short and sweet.
Don't even need to think about it. Don't even need to think about it. After extensive torture. Sorry for anybody who doesn't like the answer, but...
Fair enough. And next up we have Camp Mods.
Okie dokie.
Hey, Creaky, how you doing?
I'm very well, sir. How are you? Go on then. One question, go.
One question. All right. I thought pretty hard about this, but I need your help. How many kittens would it take to bring down a horse?
Just normal domestic kittens, or are we talking lion cubs or?
Domestic kittens? Or are we talking lion cubs or?
We'll say domesticated kittens. Yeah. We'll say domesticated kittens.
Can you mute the stream, Camper Mods? We've got a feedback loop.
It's Rockin' Robbins, and I have heard.
Oh, right, okay, no problem. Sorry, apologies.
Sure.
It would be a lot, wouldn't it? I'm glad that people are asking me such technical questions, such thought-provoking questions, because now I'm trying to envisage how many kittens. It would be thousands.
I feel we need a mathematician to...
Yeah, quite possibly. Or it would either need to be thousands, or it would just need to be one, and the horse would need to be scared of kittens.
Now, what if they all just fell on top of the horse at the same time? Just the weight of it. Like if they jumped off a small bridge onto the horse.
It would have to be a lot. It would have to be a lot. In the thousands. We've got we should have had this question prior to Chris Shapley, because he is America's foremost veterinary doctor, and we could have had some. There we are, 10,000. That's the answer I'm going to go with. 10,000 kittens, as confirmed by a vet.
Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for the question. Take care, dude.
Thanks.
Just on your Vet Creek, your favourite veterinarian sent you a super chat.
Yes, he did, didn't he? He did. Ooh, super chat. Thank you. How do I find the... there it is. Emergency goat surgery for the curious minded out there. Yes, I had a message off the lovely Dr. Shapley earlier on saying that he may be a little bit late because he was he was covered in goat's blood, which is probably the most demonic thing anybody has said to me ever. I just found it all thoroughly satanic.
Okay, so next up we have Rockin' Robbins. Rockin' Robbins, I'm just going to ask you again just to mute the YouTube stream before you ask the question to quickly so we don't get feedback.
Done, squeal, squeal. I have something that's more of a, I guess it's a riddle more than anything else, and it would probably be more than one person to answer.
Okay, Bacon, do you want to help?
Oh, okay. Here we go. You have a bathroom scale, and we'll say a 90 kilogram weight. I'm going to say that because if you use yourself, you gain and lose weight every day because of stuff you eat and getting rid of it. So have a weight. And a bathroom scale, what would you do with that to prove that Earth spins and it's in orbit around the sun? We have silence.
I'm thinking.
Okay. Probably needs more than one person.
Bacon, are you there? Are you going to assist me?
I'm thinking.
Uh-oh. Dead air.
No dead air. Straight, no dead air. A wild dog has entered the room.
Ah. That's always helpful.
Yeah, extremely. Extremely. See, I'm thinking along the lines of the experiment that Wolfie did that showed a weight having a slight variance on different hemispheres, but I don't know if a bathroom scale and a weight would be sufficient to make that work. Is that sort of the line we're going along, or?
Yes, and I think we'd have to specify the scale would have to be accurate to 1 gram.
Yeah, that's why I said, would a bathroom scale suffice? I'm not sure it would.
There are a lot of bathroom scales that are that good. However, you would need... See, kilograms or grams are mass, not weight. If you have a 90 kilogram weight and weigh it at the North Pole, it's going to weigh the same thing as it does on the equator, right? Because you're not measuring weight, you're measuring mass. You need a spring scale. So that's where pounds comes in, is a really good thing, because pounds are never mass. They're always weight. The weight changes. So let's just say 200 pounds on the pole as opposed to 200 pounds on the equator. There's a difference there, isn't there?
Not if it's 200.
There will be a difference, but I don't think that will prove the orbit around the sun.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's a totally different thing. Now, the difference between the pole and the equator for a 200-pound weight is on the order of 11 ounces. It's a lot. It's more than you would imagine. So that's pretty good. You could probably detect that with a scale that's only accurate to 1 pound.
Interesting. Now, if it's correct.
Okay, now on the orbit around the sun, if you're in the same place on Earth, you realize you gain weight during the daytime when you're on the sunward side, because the centrifugal force is going away from the sun toward the Earth. So you actually gain weight when you're on the sunward side, but when you're asleep at midnight, you lose weight. And that turns out to be about 1 3/4 ounces. So say 3.5 ounces difference in weight. That's not a lot, but it's still measurable.
Okay, interesting. Like I said, don't know if it's right. As I've said in many videos, I'm not a science guy, but I'm familiar with Wolfie's experiment where he demonstrated the difference. So
yes,
whether what you were saying or not is the same principle, I don't know. But thank you for the question anyway. I am now extremely confused. Thank you, pal.
All right, so before we go to Bryn the Steel, we have a question from the Turtle Moose.
Okay.
And that is, how much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
42. Everyone knows that. I think. My brain is still aching from the last question, but I'm going to stick with 42. Or could it be 33, as Bunny Killer said?
And up now we have Bryn the Steel.
Good evening, Brainless Steel. How are you? Ask me your one question. That's one question, which is one more than no questions and one less than two questions. Fire away.
Okay. Well, first I'm going to answer the question you asked. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know how long that gorgeous tattoo take.
It was a half day sit-in, so it was 4 hours.
Oh my god.
I was saying very similar things, pal. Very similar things. But it's also not finished yet because we ran out of time, so I've got to torture myself more quite shortly. But thank you for the question. I wondered if anybody would ask about the tattoo.
Well, have a nice stream.
I will do. Take care, dude.
Okay, so up next we have Bodacious Pizza.
Okay,
and there better not be pineapple on it.
No, definitely not. 1 second, though, Bacon Earth. Before we go any further, Audrey Rebadoo, where have you been? I've missed you. You have not been on a live stream for weeks. And just to unconfuse my PA, we are doing something called One Question Go. So anybody that wants to can join the One Question Go voice chat room on my Discord server. Join the queue, and then the lovely Bacon Earth will unmute you and you get to ask me one question. Yes, Audrey, new ink. Illuminati confirmed. It's awesome having a mute button that I don't forget to press, because now I can burp and fart and do anything I like. Bacon, I'm ready for the next question.
Okay, so Bodacious Pizza, if you unmute yourself, you're good to go.
Hello there. I can't hear very well through my phone right now, so can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well indeed. Very well indeed. Okay. Fire away, mate. Ask me your one question.
All right. So have you ever been to the United States? And if not, what would be something you'd be interested in doing if you did come over?
No, I haven't. And it is something that I have wanted to do for a very long time. And hopefully one day I'll get the opportunity to do. Because I've never been to America. My only experiences of America are what I see on the television. So Los Angeles, New York. So I suppose I'd need to be the typical tourist and visit. I'd kind of like to go to California. Because they get nicer weather than New York. But yeah, it would. I think it would be touristy stuff. My brother's been to America a few times, and he's done Route 66, and he goes to Las Vegas every couple. Yeah, Las Vegas. No,
Vegas is a trip.
Yeah, I bet. Would somebody as unlucky as me belong in Las Vegas? Though I sometimes feel that if it wasn't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. So maybe Las Vegas could be my third option. But yeah, I know that's not much of an answer, but
it's fantastic.
California or New York.
Touristy stuff. Live here, and any chance I get,
yeah,
it's actually fantastic. So.
Yeah. And now somebody's just put in the side chat New Orleans. Now my brother's been to New Orleans as well, and he said it was absolutely amazing there. Absolutely awesome.
Well, all right, that was my question.
Awesome, thank you, pal. And I expect it's interesting before you go, and I know I said one question, just ask it and then leave, but you know, when you see names in the side chat, I always thought Bodacious Pizza was a woman. I don't know why. I just did.
All right.
Straight. That's why these are interesting to me as well, because I get to put a voice to what I normally have only seen as names.
My voice.
Yeah, you're definitely not a woman, are you? Thank you, pal.
All right. Well, it was nice chatting.
Yeah, and you too. Take care, man.
Okay, so we have a question from the chat from Crafty Keeler.
Okay.
And she wants to know what is on Creaky's bucket list.
World domination. On my bucket list. America. I definitely want to get to America. I could be a butt kisser and say I'd love to visit Southern Ireland, but I've been there so many times because I've got family out there. God, I didn't expect some of these questions to be this hard. You know, when everybody thinks they know what they want until somebody asks them what they want. John Tyson, what a load of rubbish. You're a shill e-beggar.
Thanks for noticing.
By definition, a beggar is somebody who asks people to give them money. You absolute spanner. So, yeah. Thanks for noticing. What a dick munch. Yeah, so I think you'll find that just because people choose to support me, like Sven Bullins has done.
Super chat.
He sent a $3 super sticker.
Ooh, super chat. Pango.
And then as if by magic, Sven Bullins also sent a $5 super chat. How are you keeping up handling the flat earth idiots? Well, I do question that myself sometimes, Sven, but thank you very much indeed for the super chats. Just out of interest, John Tyson, I assume you work. So can I just ask you if either at the end of a week's work or at the end of a month's work, you get paid? I don't ask people to super chat. People choose to super chat. And if you don't like it, all right, good. Anyway, if anybody wants to jump into the Discord server, apart from John, he can jump off a cliff, then I will answer your questions.
Ooh, super chat. Pango.
It's not, I'm going to have to make a super sticker button now if everyone's going to be going berserk with super stickers. From Christopher Shapley, DVM CVA. And I'm sure he has not just sent me $5 in response to John, the highly intelligent individual who called me an e-beggar.
Ooh, super chat. Pango.
$2. Come to Australia. Oh, it's a very long way. It's a very, very long way. And I'm not a huge fan of flying, as many people will tell you, especially Mrs. Blinder and my doctor. But my two cousins live in Australia. Actually, they live in Geelong. One's a doctor, one's a teacher. So, Barbsy, if you've ever been ill or ever been taught, you may know them, because that's how it works, isn't it? Because, you know, Australia's just this teeny weeny little place, isn't it? But anyway, thank you for the super chat. Ah, you have family in Geelong. Exactly, Audrey. I do not have an accent. They must be new if they think I have an accent.
Ooh, super chat. Pango.
Here's my mandatory super chat. Creaky Overlord. Well, thank you, Mario Space.x, because I was just about to break down in tears and beg you for $5 Canadian because you're slipping. You've been here at least 10 minutes and you know the rules say that you must give me money within 30 seconds of arriving. So, you're lucky. I was just about to, to call you out publicly on it. Yeah, what accent indeed, Captain Quinn. Question for Creaky Blinder? No, it's gone. Oh, come on. UKPI. You know, it baffles me. It's one thing to be a dick to somebody on a video, but why come into a live stream to do it? I just don't understand it. It must be awful to go looking for things to pick on. But there we are, you know, whatever. Bansby's channel, Gosainan accent. That's a bit rude, actually. I'm not from Gosainan. Alright? I know a lot of people who are. Nothing wrong with a Gosainan accent, but I do not have one. I have a Swansea accent because I am from Swansea. Was I in the riot? Sorry, Bacon Earth.
Yeah.
Fire away.
That brings up the question. I was just about to ask you, were you involved in the riot in Swansea today?
I don't even know anything about it. What's happened? I live here and I don't know anything about it. And more importantly, Mrs. Blinder hasn't mentioned it, and she's usually all over that sort of things. I wanna investigate in a Barnabas Nagy style. It was in Cardiff, apparently, according to Mrs. Blinder. See, she does know about it. Cardiff is not Swansea. Cardiff is not Swansea, people. So, yeah, I was not involved because I didn't even know about it.
We have another question from the chat from Rib Tickler.
Yeah.
Did you get your LEDs from Amazon for your birthday or from your wish list items?
I did, pal, and apologies for not... I thought I did send you a thank you... I thought I didn't send you a thank you message, did I? Now I feel embarrassed. See? This is my embarrassed face. They are here. I have not installed them yet. And there's a very good reason why I've not installed them yet. But I can't tell you. But... yeah. Yeah. I did get them, and thank you very much indeed. I do appreciate it. It was a lovely birthday present. Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Right, I'm missing super chats now, people.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Done that one. Crafty Keeler, €2. Super chat train. Come on now. Don't bait them.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Christopher Shapley, DVM CVA, $2 super chat. All aboard.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Carl Dierstein. Good evening, pal. How are you? From San Jose, California, anytime. San Jose. Show me the way.
Ooh,
and €2 from Durkesh S. I'm sorry that I assumed that you have an accent. Well, it's an easy mistake to make if you're new. Because I don't. I've even got t-shirts available in my merch store which say so. And mugs. Actually, it may only be mugs because I think I removed the What Accent t-shirt because nobody was buying it. So it's pretty much the same as the rest of my awesome merch. Like this swanky hashtag FEDM t-shirt. I had to double check then. Flat earthers don't matter. Buy them now before they're all gone. Because they're definitely not printed to order.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
€2 from Crafty Keeler. Woo woo. Yeah. It baffles me. I don't know why anybody would come in a live stream just to be a complete knobhead. Unless, of course, it's fun. I'll have to try it someday. Mr. Merlin. Hap Sled. Oh yeah, I found out something this week. Actually, it was straight after last week's live stream. You'll never guess what. I was absolutely weak. Mr. Merlin is bald. What a loser. He haven't got any hair or nothing. And he wears a hat every time he goes out, so he thinks people won't notice he's bald then. Oh, dear me.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Sorry, I've already done that one. Crafty Keeler, it was very fun. Yes, it was. Hey, Crafty Keeler, has the postman been yet? Or not? Or is the postman very slow in Ireland? Because I am curious as to how long it'll take to get there. Not that it matters, because it will get there. Why am I so close on myself? That's better. That's better. Night, Rib Tickler. Thank you very much indeed, sir. Bansby's channel says people live for the nonsense. Yeah. They absolutely do. There are some people, and I think they are only... their only function in life is just to be horrible to other people. But Meh. Makes no difference to my life, does it? No difference at all. What time is it? It's 20 past 8. So you know what that means, don't you?
It's time for the Lurk Register.
I love using really annoying sound effects. Ashish Bahira is lurking. Because he's not said anything, so that makes him a lurker. Or her. No, him. Bonus Donuts has got a very cool name, but they're lurking. Bradley Sweetman is lurking. Brett Marla, I think you're lurking. You haven't said much. Cameron Walker's lurking. Jesse or Jess Irwin is lurking. Light Diode Designs, I think I saw you say something earlier on, so you're not lurking. Marco is lurking. Mike Hemingway is lurking. Peter Nankaru is lurking, which is unusual. Usually can't shut him up. Rib Tickler's just left, but strangely enough, he's still on the list. So has he? Or does he just want me to think he's left so he can catch me talking about him behind his back? Could be. Texor is lurking. The happy little fox, aka Benji, lurking? He never lurks, but he's lurking tonight. Tony Regime, interesting name, is lurking. And Tracy Langley, everyone's favourite lurker, has completely spoiled my fun this evening by not lurking. So, there we go. Oh dear me, I'm so easily pleased. Oh, probably shouldn't have done that. Oh, there we are, we're back. Have we got anyone waiting, Bacon God, or is this going down like a fart in an elevator?
We have more questions from the chat for you.
Go on, then. I think my audience is shy.
Hunter,
right.
We have our Jaffa cakes or biscuits.
Now, funny enough, hang on, has he got like a spy camera in my house or something? Because I was having that exact conversation with Mrs. Blinder and the youngest junior blinder only yesterday. And I don't know. I'm just not smart enough to know. I think they're technically a cake, because my way of differentiating the two is that cakes are moist when they're fresh and they go hard and crispy when they go stale, and biscuits do the reverse. They're hard and crispy when they're fresh and they go soggy and moist when they're stale. So I'm calling cakes on Jaffa cakes. After all, it says cakes in the name, so it would be silly. But Jaffa biscuits doesn't really have a ring to it, does it?
No, I don't think I'd fancy a Jaffa biscuit.
No. Doesn't quite roll off the tongue or onto it.
No. So we now have, for fuck's sake, has joined us, so he's got a question for you.
Good evening, sir. How are you? Oh, that well, eh? Awesome. You're not muted. No, nobody there. Nobody there.
No, all right. So while he tries to sort out his mic, we have Chief 316.
Ah. Do. Chief, you've got to unmute yourself.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, Paul.
All right,
Hello,
Baldy.
my fellow slaphead.
All right, Baldy.
Hey, Baldy. So you see, like two eggs in a punnet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know. the Mitchells.
Right. No, I was just asking, how did your online, was it an online teaching thing you was doing?
They never got back to me. They must have watched more of my videos and realized that I was probably the worst person that could be called on to lecture a bunch of media students, and thought better of it and never got back to me.
Yeah, it's probably saved yourself an headache, really.
Yeah, I would have done it, and I think it would have been something that was interesting to do, but I would have only have been able to speak on my own experience, wouldn't I? I wouldn't have been able to give them anything that constructive, you know, in whatever format it was going to be. I've always imagined, and you'd be the man to answer this question, that teaching is a skill.
It is to a point. You've got to know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of teaching really is just being yourself.
Yeah.
Being yourself, being confident in what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Backing yourself up.
Yeah. Because I've got this idea with, you know, doctors, nurses, teachers, anybody in a profession like that, anybody with the correct amount of intelligence can train and they can become a school teacher, can't they?
Yeah, pretty much. But
I think you have to be the right sort of character to be an effective teacher. Yeah. Now, when I was in school...
You've got to be a people person.
Yeah. Now, you know, when I was in school, there were my teachers, you know, some of them, you know, you could see they were hyper intelligent. Like my physics teacher, for example, John Gow. He was a brilliant teacher as far as his knowledge of physics, but he was just a dick to everybody.
Yeah.
He just
an antisocial prick.
Yeah, he just couldn't get onto the same wavelength as the kids. And this was when I was in comp. So, you know, it was up until I was 16, 17. And he couldn't sort of connect with us. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I think I mean. You know, again, anyone can train to be a doctor, but only some doctors will have empathy and, you know, and others are just very robotic about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's two types of teachers, really. You've got people that teach at and people that teach with.
Yeah.
There's two different. Your physics teacher would have been very teach at. This is it, and this is how you will do it. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, that's exactly what he was like. But a lot of my teachers were, because like I say, I went to Catholic school, so a lot of my teachers were nuns. And it was just, you know, this is how you do it. This is what you're going to do. There was no sort of working with you or, you know, trying to ease an understanding onto you. It was do it like this or don't do it at all. I don't care that you can't understand. This is how you do it. It was that kind of situation.
That's pretty much the way the Catholic Church works is anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
You're either with us or you're against us.
Yeah, exactly. It's just nonsense.
I'm assuming then that none of them was a very good teacher then.
Not really. My favourite teacher was my English teacher, a guy called Ken Reese, who was bald, and we used to call him Pickle. And everybody hated him, but he was my favourite teacher. I just had this sort of rapport with him, and I just found it very easy to be taught by him, if that makes sense.
Yeah. It's always the bald ones.
Yeah, I know. It's
bald's best.
Exactly. Just think of all the money. People may laugh, but you know, how much have you spent in the last 5 years on shampoo and combs? Because I know I've not spent much.
Yeah, absolutely zero.
I do use a considerable amount of conditioner though, but that's to shave my head.
Man's dubbers.
It's what?
Blade all over.
Yeah.
Blade all over.
Oh, is it?
And a bit of moisturising shower gel on top. So
nice. And then lemony, fresh and shiny.
Yeah, and then whack me hat over the top.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I do as well. Freshly shaved head and then put a hat on it.
Well, if you think about it, that baldness standing out in a crowd of hairy heads, that's just asking to be shit on by seagulls.
Yeah, exactly. You're not wrong.
So if I cover it with a hat, it blends in.
Yeah.
And I won't get my egg shat on, will I?
Exactly, because nobody wants that. Nobody wants that at all.
No, the people that say it's lucky are always the ones that haven't been shit.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Especially if you're looking up with your mouth open when it happens. That's definitely
Oh,
not
yes.
something you want to see going on.
No, that's definitely not lucky.
Yeah. I hope Tracy's in the kitchen making you a lovely sandwich, by the way.
She's stood in front of me now.
Oh, damn.
Said, make sure I tell you hello.
Hello, Trace.
Why she can't tell you hello herself, I don't know.
Is she shy?
She's busy.
Oh, she's probably eager to get back to lurking, isn't she?
Yeah, she's lurking at kitchen now.
Best place.
She's lurking round. Oh.
Oh, dear.
You do know she can hear your live stream, don't you?
Ah, I did not know.
Yeah,
but now I do.
She's doing chip.
Hi, Tracy.
She's doing chips, egg and beans. She's doing for
Oh,
tea.
nice.
Good old English food.
Proper food.
Yeah, proper food.
Proper food. We had an Irish dinner, which is a bacon joint with cabbage, carrots, and potatoes smothered in parsley sauce. Absolutely lovely. Mrs. Blinder is luckily an excellent cook, which is why I'm ever so slightly chubby and always have been.
See, that's my excuse.
Just go with it, Merlin. Just stick with it. Just stick with it.
Yep, that's it, isn't it?
Right, thank you, dude.
You look after you, feed you.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, exactly. Right, mate. The next one's in the queue. I will speak to you again soon.
No worries. I'll catch you later, pal.
Take care,
Keep
man.
up the good work.
Thanks.
See you later.
Ta-ra, pal.
Ta-ra.
Bye. Bye.
All right, so before we go to the third Sam, we have a question from the chat from Tusk.
Yeah.
If failure wasn't a possibility and there was no risk of injury, what's the one thing you would do?
Ooh. If failure wasn't a possibility and there was no risk of injury. These questions are tricky. Skydive. Because and I know that sounds a little bit back to front, because everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people watching know that I'm afraid of flying. I don't know, there just is something appealing about flying myself, if you know what I mean. So I think if I could do a skydive with 100% certainty that it would all be fine and I would just land on the ground safely, I'd probably have a crack at skydiving.
Okay, so the third Sam, you're up.
Hello.
Good evening, sir. How are you? Go on then. One question. Go for it.
Can you hear me, Mother?
I can hear you.
All right, but I'm wondering and looking. You looks like you have the same facial hair as me, so I was wondering if you had any tips on management and general care.
I have never had mutton chops in my life before. The only reason I've got them now is because I got my throat tattooed on Friday, and I was told that I would need to shave my beard off. So this was the alternative. The old mutton chops. The old Amos Brealey look, for those who are old enough to remember Amos.
Excellent.
Yeah, so yeah, it's just an extra. It's kind of growing on me, though. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
I just wish my moustache
Do you get annoyed by the
joined.
little patch under your bottom lip there at all? Because it's...
No, I don't. The thing is with me, I've got to have some form of facial hair, haven't I? Otherwise, I would look like a boiled egg with teeth and glasses. So.
Well, I'm sort of fuller of face, and I find a beard does define a chin for me. So
yeah, do you know, right? It's funny you should say that, because before I shaved, I've had facial hair for probably the last, I don't know, 10 years, and when I'm fairly certain, and admittedly I was 10 years younger, but I'm pretty sure that when I grew my beard, I definitely only had one chin. So why there were two there when I shaved this center section off, I have no idea.
It's a sign of seniority in certain tribes. So
yeah, I like that reasoning, and I'm going to grasp onto that for dear life. Thank you, pal.
All right, bud. Thank you.
Take care, man. Bye.
And you.
All right, so for Fox 8, is go and give it another try.
Right, okay. Go on then for Fox 8. Ask your question. Sign language is no good. I need to be able to hear you. You need to go into your audio settings. Actually, Bacon, do you want to tell them?
Yeah.
I'm probably not the best one to give out technical instructions.
If you are using the app, go into your settings, which is a little cogwheel down the bottom, and in voice and video, make sure that you have got the correct mic selected. And while we're waiting on that, there's another question from the chat, and I'll combine two of them together here.
Okay.
So from Guy Laughing, we have, which country has the best roads to ride on? Scotland, England, or Wales? And with that, from Jesse Irwin, have you ever ridden a Victory motorcycle?
I have not ridden a Victory motorcycle. No, I definitely haven't. And as far as the best roads, I'd have to say Wales, purely because two reasons. One, I'm Welsh. And two, because I've never ridden on any roads that aren't in Wales. Wales has got some absolutely awesome riding spots. That's why we get a lot of people from the dark side coming over the Severn Bridge specifically to ride in Wales. But I know that my brother lives in Hereford, and where my brother lives in Hereford is very similar to the part of South Wales that I live in. So I've always said that I would ride up there one day to test my theory, but obviously the zombie apocalypse / end of the world is making it rather difficult to plan to do anything this year. And as much as I hate having to say it, I can't imagine that it's suddenly going to get much better as we approach 2021. So Wales for the win.
So we have a question from Animal, and that is, once things open up again, what would be the first band you would like to go and see at a gig?
I'd like to go and see Ed Sheeran again. I saw Ed Sheeran live. Actually, I took Lord Callum, because he was the only one who wanted to go to see Ed Sheeran, and we saw him in a tiny little leisure centre in Swindon. It was just as he was starting to get really big, and it was absolutely amazing. And that's where I discovered Foy Vance, who is an Irish fella, actually, and an absolutely amazing musician. His music is sort of soul meets, I don't know, really. It's hard to put a finger on what his music is, but absolutely amazing. So I don't know if there's any Sons of Anarchy fans here. And if you remember, in the final season of Sons of Anarchy, there was an Ed Sheeran song called Make It Rain. Well, it wasn't actually an Ed Sheeran song. It was a Foy Vance song, and Ed Sheeran just covered it for the Sons of Anarchy show. So yeah, I would go and see Ed Sheeran again in a blink, if I could. That was a really long-winded answer, wasn't it? I'm getting good at this talking for the sake of talking malarkey.
Okay, so for Fox's sake is going to type out his message to our question for you. And while we're waiting, don't Elon's satellites prove the globe without question?
Yes, they do, but the problem is that it doesn't matter. The thing is, I'm of the mind that people, you know, they say, oh, the burden of proof is on flat earthers. That's because it is. Because we are not the ones trying to prove something that completely goes against everything that is known to be true, known to be factual, and more importantly, is observable. The problem is for flat earthers is they've all got brains the size of the garden peas that I had with my dinner this evening, and they just can't seem to comprehend that Earth is rather large. So, yeah. Oh,
okay, so for Fox 8 question is, right now here in the US, we have a president who is essentially suing states because they sold him a losing lottery ticket. What's your take on this current nonsense?
I knew somebody would ask me about Trump. I said I would answer the questions honestly, right? So I will try to answer it, please or offend, and I'm sure it will offend some people. I don't get why so many Americans... Right, so I'll split it into two parts. Part one is I don't follow politics, right? Let me just preface this response with that. I don't follow politics, let alone American politics, right? But I can certainly identify an idiot when I see one, and I cannot understand in the first place why Donald Trump is even the president of the most powerful country in the world, therefore making him the most powerful man in the world, which is, to me, hugely worrying. And then the second response would be, I can't understand why I see so many American people complaining about Donald Trump, because it was American people that voted him in. So he's now claiming that this election is a fix and that Joe Biden shouldn't be the next president. But it was voted for. I don't see Electoral College. I don't even understand what that means, Audrey Rebedew. That's what I followed it a little bit in the hope that there'd be a video in there somewhere. There wasn't. And it said like to win you needed 215 votes, which completely confused me. 215 votes from who? So millions of people vote, and what? They only count like 200. There we are, 270 of them. I don't understand the system that they've used to decide who's.
All right. So basically, to make it easy, basically each state has so many electoral college votes.
So what? So what is an electoral college vote?
It's. I can't remember whether it's from the Senate or the House of Representatives, but
right
after the people vote, whoever won that state, their representative from that state assigns the electoral college votes for the state to the president.
Right. So if you like, then to dull it down for me, it's teams. So there's 200 and however many teams. So if a particular candidate wins the state that team is the head of, is the captain of, that captain then gets to vote on who they think should be the next president. Or am I misunderstanding it still?
No, that's pretty close. So there's the electoral college votes still have to be assigned to the winner of the state from the public vote.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I don't fully understand it, and
there's a lot of people who disagree with the electoral college setup at the minute.
Yeah, it's
so.
I just don't get it at all. But like I say, that's just my opinion, and you know what they say about opinions.
Yep. So the happy little fox Benji.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think NSA are keeping tabs on flat earthers?
No. Why would they care? I make videos about them and I don't care about them. I just think it's part of their overall paranoia. You know, my new tattoo has been done specifically to trigger the people I make videos about, because obviously we all work for we're all Illuminati and we're all, NASA shells, because NASA definitely aren't spending the money that they get given by the American government on anything worthwhile. They're just dishing it out to a handful of YouTubers and then keeping the rest for themselves so that they can have a really good Christmas party. So if flat earthers think anyone is keeping an eye on them. It's just their own paranoia. And they're probably referring to the fact that their channels keep getting taken down. But that's because YouTube and other social media platforms are tightening up on misinformation. And the key there is misinformation, which is information that's made up about something that isn't true, or incorrect about something that is true. So, no, nobody's watching them. Why would anyone care?
You did have a question in the last super chat that came in.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Jez of the Mass Reviewer, $4.99 super chat. Thank you, pal. Speaking of flat earthers, did you see Nathan Thompson get pranked by 2 pranksters wearing duck suits, then having a meltdown because of it? I did see it, and the only reason I saw it is because Bacon Earth made me aware of it. It was you that sent me the links, pal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was indeed.
And I desperately want to make a video about it, but there's 2 reasons why I've not done so as yet. Number one is because it's not that long since I've made a video about Nathan Thompson, and I try to space my videos about individual people out as much as I possibly can, because then they can't say that you're, you know, targeting them or bullying or picking on them. So it's in my list, and I will get to it. Because I just thought it was absolutely brilliant. I mean, how stupid did he have to be in the first place to actually think? It was Harvard students, wasn't it, Bacon?
They said they were Harvard students, but there's no evidence to say they actually went there.
Yeah, yeah.
They just had Harvard IDs, but...
Yeah. But Nathan Thompson fell for it.
For Nathan Thompson afterwards.
Yeah, he fell for it hook, line, and sinker, didn't he?
Oh, he doubled down on it for 48 hours even after the
I saw that. But the thing is, that's what they do see. Even when they know they're wrong, they will not. They just seem incapable of admitting that they were wrong. And they just, like you say, they just double down on it, and, you know, they just double down on it. They refuse to concede the fact that they have been had. You know, it's like when I made the first video about I've forgotten the guy's name now, Peter, the Bigfoot guy. The Bigfoot guy. When I made the first video about him, I didn't know that he was a satire channel. I genuinely thought that he had Bigfoot's hand, wasn't it? But when I made the second video, I found out that he was a satire channel, so I treated that video as it deserved to be treated, as satire, because I've got no problem making a video about something that's satirical anyway. You know, it's like when I made the video about it was the I can't remember their names now, the 2 drag artists, and I don't know why I felt the need to justify myself, but the number of people who said, "Oh, didn't you realize it was art? Didn't you see it as satire?" Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But nobody believed me. So, you know, it is what it is. Right then, are we looking? Well, it's 10-9, guys. So if anybody else wants to jump in and ask a question, you've got about 5 minutes to do it. And then I think we will call this stream done. But not yet. Don't leave yet. 201 viewers, 177 likes. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Oh, I've got a sponsor as well, guys. I can't show you the information as yet, but I've got a sponsor coming up. They won't see this anyway, will they? So, yeah. I've tried to... See, now, Again, I've done a few sponsored videos, and the sponsored videos I've done previously have... So after a few days, I can go into the analytics section on YouTube, and I can see sort of a graph, and it shows me where people dropped out, if people rewound and watched the same part over again, You know, all that kind of thing. But I noticed with a few, I think I've done 3 sponsored videos so far. So obviously I know exactly where the sponsored segment is. And as soon as that sponsored segment starts, people bail like rats on the Titanic. But I've tried to make this integration. I haven't tried. I've made it exactly so it'll just seem like a part of my video with the same terrible dad jokes, the same absolutely awesome close-up shots. I even managed to squeeze sarcasm cam in there. So I'm hoping that it's a 60-second integration, and I'm hoping that it slips nicely into the video and doesn't cause anybody to bail. But who knows? People are fickle. Audrey Rebedu says Ridge, nice. Yeah, I've had Ridge wallets for ages. This is one that they sent me, but they're awesome. I hated having a big massive wallet in my ass pocket. Used to do my Sweden. So I was chuffed when they got in touch with me because I can actually be genuine about it and say, you know, I use them anyway. They're amazing because they are. If you like a small wallet, if you don't like a small wallet, then they're not amazing. But yeah, I've tried to make it as much part of the videos as I possibly can, but because it's a real sponsorship, is the right word, deal, then I've had to pre-record it, send it off to Ridge for approval, and I've got to wait for them to get back to me, and we'll go from there. So yeah, thank you for understanding, because at the end of the day, it's funny, you know, like that bell end earlier on saying that I'm e-begging. People like him seem to forget this is my job. You got to get paid for doing what you do for a living. It's just how it is. We've all got things we have to pay for. So, you know.
Just on that Creaky.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it might actually help people to understand. On Tuesday, for example, coming up, you will actually spend 8 hours plus doing that one video for
Yeah, exactly. So, like, my week, I've thought about making a video about this, but I don't know how interested people would be, so I'll cover it fairly quickly. I own an e-cigarette shop with my sons, so I take a very small salary from there, and it is very small. It's way below minimum wage, but I only work there. I'm only actually in the vape shop 2 days every 2 weeks. I work a Saturday and a Monday every other week, split between myself and Lord Callum. And the rest of the time, I'm in this room. Now, this room is, I don't know, 10 by 8. So it's prison cell size. And it's very, very warm. And well, there we are. The recording I did, because I've been recording today. So I've got about 8 hours in this room today on a Sunday. So the recording I did today to send off to Ridge to be approved, it's a 60-second clip, and it took me, I don't know, three and a half hours to record, edit, and render, and upload it to Google Drive and send it out. And as Bacon said, so I'm actually recording tomorrow this week, so I will be in this room tomorrow morning by probably, and I don't want this to come across as complaining. I'm not, because I love what I do, but like Bacon just said, I've always suspected that people don't quite, I know a lot of people do, but there's a lot of people who don't seem to quite get how much work goes into creating a 15-minute video. Like Bacon said, the video that you will see released on Tuesday will have taken me anywhere between 8 and 14 hours to record and edit and then re-record the bits that I mess up. there's so much work, you know, even the thumbnail. I usually spend about an hour on my thumbnail. Sometimes it can take me 3 or 4 hours just to come up with a clickable title. So if you look at what I earn on YouTube, I'm on less than minimum wage. So, you know, for the people who complain about people like me live streaming and receiving support from channel members, Patreons, super chatters, people who send super stickers, people who donate to me on PayPal, people who buy something for me off my Amazon wish list. It's all support. And another thing as well, and I don't know if Simon Cowell's brother is still in the side chat, but I have just dumped a buttload of money into my channel as well. I've just spent I've just spent £1,200 on new Note 12 plus the lens. I've just spent £1,600 on new stuff. So I bought a new lens for my camera. That was 400 quid. I've just built a brand new PC, which is much higher performance. Tim was amazing, and he directed me towards the parts so that I could order them, and my youngest son and myself built the PC, and then Tim helped me do everything else. I've just bought a new audio interface. That was 300 quid. It all costs money, and excuse me, and the money has to come from somewhere. And I'm hugely grateful that a portion of it comes from people who like what I do on YouTube. So don't make the mistake of thinking that YouTubers earn a fortune from ad revenue, because they don't. So when you type a comment to me or any other YouTuber complaining about ad revenue, remember that it only accounts for a tiny percentage of what a YouTuber earns. The rest of it comes from this sort of thing: super chatters, Patreons, you know. However, I always leave ways you can support the channel in the video description. You can have a look at it there if you choose to do so. But this is my job. This is how I've got this room, because this room is inside a house which I have to pay for, you know. So just, you know, before you throw your toys out of your pram and write me a strongly worded complaining comment, remember that this is my job. And another thing that's very important to keep in mind is, remember, you don't have to watch. Nobody forces you to watch my videos. If you don't like them, the simple solution is just not to watch them. Simple as that. It really, really is that simple. And on that note,
ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Robert Williams, sorry, says $1.99 US. You just made more money than Ranty. Now, somebody mentioned Ranty to me. Apparently, that's all he does is ask people to super chat. I don't think I ever ask people to super chat. I'm grateful when they do, but I don't think I've ever started a live stream and said, I was watching, I'm not going to say who it is. It's nobody from our community. This is very quick because I know it's just coming up to 9 o'clock and I'm a celebrity starting. I was watching a live stream. It's a channel I watch, and they basically said, if you're saying something along the lines of, if you're going to ask me a question or say hello to me in the side chat, unless it's a super chat, you'll be ignored. Which I thought was a horrible way of phrasing it. You know, like I say in the Agree to Disagree live streams, super chats will be given priority for obvious reasons, because that person has paid to ask a question. But, you know, I could be one of the YouTubers that does that, but I'm not, because I'm not a massive dong. So, yeah.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Stormcloud Live, €5. Thank you, pal. Creaky, my man. You're a legend and deserve anything you get. Thanks for the laughs. I do say tidy a lot more since watching you, though. Hashtag tidy. Thank you, sir.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
£5 off Tango 2806. What criteria do you use for sponsors to maintain your credibility? That's an extremely posh question, Tango 2806. In this instance, I don't go out chasing sponsors. I've only this, you know, the Ridge sponsorship and the other ones I've had before, they've always approached me. And they are the ones, to be honest, that have the criteria. You know, you've got to have, I don't think they're so much bothered. Like with the Ridge integration, they wanted to see my audience demographics. Because if my audience had been 25-year-old women, there would have been absolutely no point in paying me to talk about a wallet, which is aimed at men of a certain age, or of all ages, actually. And my demographics just happen to align with what Ridge were looking for. So thank you, Ridge. And I will thank you again in my videos.
Ooh, super chat. Thank you.
Creaky, stop whining and take my money. Hashtag tidy, says Lou Dukes. $5 US. Thank you, sir. Right, that's going to be a wrap then, guys. Thank you very much to Bacon Earth for being the legend that he is and controlling the one question go. If you liked it, let me know down in the comment section, because I'm going now. If you didn't like it, let me know that as well. Because I appreciate feedback, both positive and negative, because that's how I'm able to tailor my content to my audience. So thank you, everyone, and I'm out here. Toodle pip.
Thank you all for watching Creaky Live. Don't forget to follow me on all of your social media platforms. Have a good day and have a creaky week.
Don't forget to subscribe from the voice call, Creaky.